now we're here at the British Museum. That's what it looks like. This is the facade. And I think my family, they just went inside, so let's enter. Looks like some sort of Roman Empire construction. These are Doric columns. And just see how massive they are. You know.
One of the sister of Napoleon.
Let's now enter inside and see what's in store. So it says no smoking, CCTV operations constant in the museum. Oh, it looks like they're taking pictures of the lion there. Okay, so wow, there's a lot of people here, but let's see. So I heard upon entering is that people were saying, would you like to donate? This is British Museum is a charity museum, so you can see there's money from all over the world. There's a US dollar there, British pounds and euros. So people are donating to support this museum. Suggested donation is £5. So since again, there's no really entrance fee. So this is now the Greenville room. We're going to be entering. There's a shop there as well. You can see there's some Greek artifacts here. So that's the head of Zeus. Looks like you can buy these things. These aren't really original artifacts. They're just meant for collectors, like a souvenir, but it's not really original. It's just some sort of replica. Same goes for these little statues and Greek statues, Roman statues. This is essentially like a gift shop area where you can buy things of all sorts. So I like this one. It's like a mini Rosetta Stone. You can just see the detail on this. Wow. It's very detailed. Very, very detailed. Wow. And just see how intricate the letterings are. So you can get this for £140. Mini Rosetta Stone in your house. That would be cool. Yeah. They've got some ceramic just plates here. Dining ware. They've also got some jewelry, it looks like here. Some necklaces. Got some books. Again, more jewelry here. And more jewelry. Now these are made of stones. Gems. This is made of amethyst and lapis lazuli. In one of the paintings that we went to yesterday, that portion of that painting was made of lapis lazuli, which at the time was very, very expensive to use that in paintings. It gives it like a subtle hue of a subtle hue of blue in paintings, but keep in mind that when the painters were using lapis lazuli, it was a very expensive type of colorant that was used in painting at that time. So now you can see that they're using it in the jewelry. Again, there's just more souvenirs from London here. There's some ties, globes, some wallets that are... So there is no entrance fee here for the British Museum, but it is a charity museum, but it looks like buying pieces from this gallery actually supports the museum, right? So it's good to purchase things from here, even though there's no entrance fee, but if you're able to buy something, you're able to support the museum, right? And it allows them to offer more tours for all tourists from all over the world. And so, looks like there are some paintings here. Again, I think these are based off of the real thing, but they're again just replica miniature models of things that you could just carry and put in your house, and it's not going to take up a lot of space. So, very, very cute. Okay, now the second gallery here, it looks like it's collecting the world. So that so there's gonna be some artifacts, and I'm assuming from all over the world here today and tomorrow. So outside we saw there was like a Japanese section here in the museum, but you can see that there are now things from all over the world. Like this is from British Columbia in Canada. These are looks like they're bracelets. So yeah, how you essentially read these signs is that it tells you what the thing is, the name of the thing, little description, picture, and then it tells you where it was made from, what the item is, and when it was made. So you can see they've recovered this item. So there's just a lot of random things in here, like there are masks here, paintings. This is interesting. It's a mask that was made by, used by a zoologist. It looks like. Oh no, he found the mask, and it's used in a tribe for. Basically, it's something that they use to design their appearances. So this would originally be colored, and it's like a form of performance. Maybe it's something that they use in theaters or in acts and plays. It's like these are more coins. And the two guys are just chilling here. So lots of statues. Statue of Cupid. Yeah, so it's just different statues in here. And there are some tokens here, things that have been acquired, donated. You know, it's just essentially a lot of different items from around the world. Like this is from Japan. It's like it's a spiritual symbol. This is from North Africa, right? So it's called a stela, funerary stela. So it's something that they used to mark the remains of a person. In this case, it's a child. It marks where an urn is located. So again, this is from Africa. So you could see that it's really part of their culture, something that they used for their ceremonies, such as funerals. And more things here then this is from Egypt. It's made of ancient glassware. So again, Egypt is known for making a lot of glass items. So again, a lot of these artifacts from all over the world. Keep in mind, places from around the world, they have their different ways of constructing items. They have their methods and techniques that they've mastered all throughout, you know, centuries. And so this is something that, you know, it's really a testament to how the country expresses themselves in the form of art, designs, you know, spiritual aspects of its to manifest their spiritual beliefs, you know, things that they use for performances, especially theaters, during the time, you know, when we didn't have television, we didn't have the internet. These are ways that people engaged with other people to, um, you know, in the form of these plays and acts, and that really allowed them to express themselves, to express different emotions, right? To evoke different emotions to audiences, and that allows them to share, you know, and sparks the creativity in their, you know, wherever they go, and who they perform to. So I like this museum, how it features artifacts from all over the world, right? These are cups from England, right? Made of mother of pearl. You see, so that's a cigarette case. You can see it's made of mother of pearl, which is actually used in some guitars today. It's a very, very expensive material that they only use for the finest guitars. And you can see during this time, they use this in the construction of a cigarette case, a gold cigarette case with mother of pearl. So you could think that this would be used by, you know, a wealthy person who smokes cigarettes. So very interesting. Each artifact really tells a story of the culture during that time, things that they used, you know, what their hobbies were, practices.
To make that too, it's very, very sharp. Obviously, we haven't got the sharp ones out because, you know, we don't want anybody to cut themselves.
So there's a couple of hands-on places as well. So again, these are just more items that feature, you know, glassware, ceramicware. So this was a government gift from Bulgaria. These were water pitchers that were used. So, you know, they have all of these designs, these different colors, use of paint. You know, it's very rustic at the same time. Very nice, the designs that they were able to make, you know, even with the little materials that they had during that time. Right? So alright, so let's now go to the next section here of the museum. So looks like a library of some sort. This is a bust of Hercules. So it's a Roman copy of an original. So it's a Roman copy of the original. So it was, the Romans essentially copied something that was created by a Greek sculptor, Lysippus, and then, so I guess that's what I've heard. There are a lot of copies of these Roman sculptures that were done by, or I should say, a lot of copies of these Roman sculptures done by the Greeks. It's very interesting to see how they would mimic such a thing. You might think of the different reasons why they would do that. There's just a couple of books here. There's some actually looks like live animals before that were just preserved. So this section is called the natural world. So there's just natural elements here. Some different types of plants. It's kind of hard to see these plants because they've already been, I think they were already in the process of decaying. So some shells. Oh, this is nice. This is actually abalone. So this is what we saw earlier in that cigarette box. This is abalone, mother of pearl. This is very nice. So that's what they would use in the rosette of some guitars, you know, the circular part in the sound hole of some guitars. That's what they would use to design it, and the rosette. Sometimes it looks like that. It's very nice. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but that's the abalone. Water buffalo horn. Yeah, so there's some starfish there as well, but there are really a lot of different things that would really cater to people's different interests, especially from people around the world. There are places that are filled with all these animals, which it might be common to, you know, one region, so people might not be as interested to look. But, you know, in other regions, we don't even have that type of animal there. We don't ever see it, and so it might be very interesting to someone else. So it's just nice how the museum's really laid out in a way where you can see what you like. You know, you don't have to go through everything, but if something interests you, you can definitely check it out, right? For free. See, like these look like Spartan masks that were worn. Right? So there's really something for everyone in this museum. Wonder what these things are. They're seal stones, gems that were used as pendants. Okay, red gemstone. So yeah, I would say everything here is just mixed up. So things from around the world, there's some books. Can't really open the books at all, but I mean you could just see how old these books are. You know, some of them look like this.
Ridiculous.
You know,
What are you trying to say?
maybe there's even a section here on Bibles. You know. Looks like these are some coins. English coins. There's a section again on jars. Things, planetary things. So there's a telescope. Looks like a telescope. Yep, and these are telescope tubes. Yeah, so you could just imagine, you know, just standing right in front of these things that could have been used by professors, by astronomers, by scientists, engineers, navigators. You know, these are things that they've used, you know, and just standing right in front of it, especially right now in the modern age, it's just, you know, it just, you know, you're just in awe of how we have evolved as a society to, you know, advance our knowledge and understanding of ways that we can, you know, make our lives easier, right? And in effect, advancing our future. So, very, very interesting to see how processes have evolved throughout history, and how, you know, how we can learn a thing from the past about ways of developing, ways of engaging, you know, there's a saying that, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I mean, there's always ways to improve the things that we have already. Although I'm not saying that all these inventions are a good thing, but there's a lot of times when, you know, we have something that's been working for years and years and years, and, you know, someone developed something to change that, and it's not necessarily the best thing to do. Sometimes it might be even a frustrating experience. And what I could think about is the rise of artificial intelligence. You know, sometimes artificial intelligence is just not really useful. There are cases where it's useful, but now you see how they're using artificial intelligence in cars, um, in grocery stores to monitor people who might be stealing, and you know how sometimes it can really cause a lot of problems, especially when artificial intelligence makes a mistake. So who's responsible for that? It really raises a lot of ethical concerns. So, you know, sometimes, you know, history changes over time, but not sometimes it's not necessarily in the best way. So, and then now it looks like they're I'm not sure what they're going through here, but this is not the Rosetta Stone. Is it? Okay, so this is actually the Rosetta Stone. I just saw King George on the side. It didn't look. Unfortunately, I can't understand what she's saying, so but I think this is one of the things we saw earlier. They had like this miniature version of it in the gift shop. And again, it's nice to have that miniature version that you can take home with you and display in your house. Because this is going to take a lot of space in your house. So, but essentially the Rosetta Stone was something that they used for the translation of languages. It's really all I know about it, but you can definitely Google it, but I'm standing right in front of it, so. It looks like they're just doing a lesson there. Okay, now this is the ancient scripts. Ancient scripts. So it's something they used during the Enlightenment period for decipherment and translation. There's some hieroglyphics. So these are symbols that they used to communicate, to show figures, to show actions, just by a form of symbols. And so again, there are more books here that are mixed within these little artifacts. Some jars. Again, guys, I'm not really prepared with any scripts. Coming to the British Museum, I didn't really do a lot of research on it. It's just something that, you know, I wanted to give you guys, you know, a first-person perspective of it as a first-time visitor. Sorry if I don't have a lot of things to say about some of these artifacts, but I hope you can appreciate that I'm at least showing you guys what's inside, you know, things you could expect, so you could prepare even better than I did coming in. But okay, this looks like some sort of gong that they use, or no, puppets. No, it looks like it's a soup plate. Yeah, so there's just basically a lot of things from all over the world here. Let me just take a picture here. Let me just cut this for a moment.